Hey guys, Tim here with Two Feather Survival. Coming up today on Two Feather Survival, we're going to be talking about the 2016 channel update and where I would like to go with both the Facebook page and the YouTube channel. Stay with me. Alright guys, well, it's been about 2 years since I've been on this journey with Two Feather Survival, both on Facebook and with the YouTube channel, and I've made a lot of discoveries along the way. And recently I have also kind of come to the realization that as far as the video production was concerned, it wasn't exactly where I wanted it. So that's kind of why you've seen some of these quick intro type video stuff. The Smoke Rising was something that I played with a HD stock agency to get some buffer type video that I could then utilize to have fill shots with, or just to do a quick blurb like that, which usually collects a lot of attention and a lot of views on Facebook. The other thing that I had recently had to figure out, time-lapse. The time-lapse videos is something that you see in a lot of major productions. Survivor Man tends to do a lot of it. Your more nature type stuff, they'll do a lot of these time-lapse video shots where they actually take a scene, a nature scene, or whatever the case is, and be able to compress that to show a passage of time. So that's something else that I had to kind of stop and pause, reflect, and figure out how to do that. The other one big piece of this, I guess, is video production, you could say, that I've had to figure out for myself, is how do you go about getting good quality audio. And that is actually something that I'm still working on. I have gotten wireless mics, I've gotten lapel mics, I've gotten those type of things. I've found that the Rode mics tend to be very good quality, high quality audio mics, and it's something that I had seen folks use a lot of on Hollywood productions that I had been around. For those that don't know, I was actually fairly decently involved with some production of the Army Wives TV series. So the cool thing about that is I got to see behind the scenes and behind camera how all of those a major Hollywood production comes together, and learn how to apply that to what I'm doing here. One of the things that I had as a big takeaway from that was the fact that all of these productions all had separate things. Audio was brought in via a separate system. Video was captured via a separate system. What I'm trying to do is apply some of that to what I do here with Two Feather Survival videos and make that work. Problem is it's expensive and a bit time consuming to do that. So I'm trying to simplify that process some. So as I learn how to simplify that process, it'll make the production quality go up, and I'll be able to give you a better quality video. Ultimately, is what I'd like to do is have two channels actually in operation. It might not be two channels, it might just be a sub channel from the main YouTube channel. What I'm going to call that is Two Feather Survival TV. I'm probably going to do TFS TV. That way I'll be able to show newsreels, quick tips, those type of things, and actually have that be a scheduled production thing. And that will also be contingent on the full-time paying job, which I'm in law enforcement, as many of you already know that. I'm hopefully going to be moving to a different shift soon, and it will free up quite a bit of my own personal time to get back out and start doing more videos like this. So that kind of gives you an idea of why it's been a little bit of time with the video production and why there has been a bit of a passage there, and you haven't really seen a good learn something quality video in quite a while now. So that hopefully kind of explains some of what is going on there. The other thing that I've had to figure out is things like this, which I don't know if you can see that or not. Probably not able to do that right now. But this is a DSLR controller. That's something I had to also figure out. This allows me remotely, via a phone application and a high-speed data transfer cable, to control all of the functions of my DSLR Canon camera, which I use the T3i for those that are interested. The other thing that I've got with that is I've also added in a couple 4K style cameras that I can capture just footage off the cuff with, and then interlace the two back and forth. So you're going to start seeing a lot more camera type angles, different shots, pan shots, tracking shot type things. And that just, it took time to learn how to do that. It took time to figure out how to bring all of these various skill sets together. And I had to go back on 20 plus years ago when I was involved in some digital photography, which is actually with film stock, which is totally unheard of now. So all of those things are things that I had to work through. And now I'm to the point where I feel I can do the channel and do you, the viewers of the channel, justice for what I want to have as a production. I want to bring you good quality videos and have it be something that you enjoy and can look forward to on a fairly regular basis to actually watch the program. Alright, so everybody wants to know, what are we going to talk about this year? Well, I've got a lot of different things that I would like to talk about. As you see on the Facebook pages, I'll post a lot of books that I'm reading. I have read probably more than 20 books. I've actually reached out to a guy that is a mushroom specialist in the South Carolina area. He has sent me back an email and said he would be willing to work with me and provide any information that I'm looking for and learn how to add in that piece of the puzzle. Not a lot of nutritional value in mushrooms, but it is something that I wanted to learn. I've also read a lot of books about various wild plants and wild plant identification, and that's something that I want to and feel that I'm now comfortable in providing good quality videos on that, and also teaching that as I go out and about. I do have a couple folks that have already asked, hey, when can you come teach whatever, and I'll leave the groups, you know who you are. That is going to be happening starting this spring. Is what I'm also going to try to do is find a place that I can, on a fairly regular basis, teach classes and keep the cost very low, very cost effective. So, other things that I'm thinking about doing. Been a firearms instructor for many years now with law enforcement, and I'm also a certified NRA law enforcement instructor in all 4 of their major disciplines. Thankfully, by way of the job that I hold, that is something that I need to consistently stay proficient with, and I've actually had the ability to learn a lot from a lot of various folks of different styles of shooting. So we're going to look at implementing that in our survival, bug out, whatever you want to call it, mentality. The other thing we're going to look at, I haven't had a chance to talk about these much at all. Blow darts, blow guns. It's a critter collection kit that anybody can have, and it's something that you can have in your everyday kit. And I spent some time looking at this year. The other thing that I want to get back to, and I've also noticed that as I've looked at the history on the YouTube channel, the one thing that kind of sticks out the most that people are really looking for is knife sets, knife skills, those type of things. So I'm going to get back to the Knife Basics series of videos. I had video 1 was out on YouTube, and it's been out for, I don't know, about a year, maybe a little bit less, and it actually has 2,000 views. Now if you look at this and couple the fact that I've got only about 55 subscribers right now on that channel, that means that that's something that people are out there looking for. So that's something that I'm going to make sure that we add back into the video channel lineup and continue with that series. As I've read some of the books from Morris Gahansky, one of the things that he says that every good woodsman needs to know is know how to make a tri-stick. Well, that's something that we have to spend some time and explore and make sure that people know how to do that and do that properly. He kind of uses that as his kind of segue into any one of his knife classes and says, okay, first thing you got to do is go out and make a tri-stick. And well, we're going to get into that, and I'm going to show you exactly how to make a tri-stick. They're not as easy as it sounds. It actually does require some skill set with that. The other thing that I've recently had the ability to acquire is something like this. It's a carving knife, a hook knife. The Cree Indians would call this makutagan. Every Indian had this that was out in the woods and looking to provide some sort of a self-sustained lifestyle to make things like this, which is a wooden spoon. Great knife, easily used to create something like this or many other types of things. So this Makutagen, a hook knife, it's made by Mora Knives. Great knife, great quality, good build on the blade itself. This is something that we need to also spend some time and explore how to do these type of things if you're going to have a self-sustained lifestyle out in the woods, or even being able to replace a bit of kit or gear that you've lost or broken along the trail side. So that again is something that we're going to spend some time at. Talked about this before, haven't really had a chance to show it. This is an atlatl dart. This dart is almost 6 feet long. It's something that I had made. Did my own fletching on the dart tail side of that, and this is something that again we need to spend some time exploring. Atlatl darts are still in use today. They're still used to hunt big game, which is traditionally what they were created for. All those many years ago, the Indians would use these, or I guess I probably should say native or indigenous people, utilize these to actually hunt woolly mammoths many years ago, and they've stayed around that long. Anybody can make one of these. They're not hard to do. Alright, another new piece of gear. This is a hammock. Great way to camp, great way to provide solo shelter just for yourself. This is something that needs to be discussed, and we need to look at the proper ways to hang a hammock. There's other videos out there that are doing these type of things, and some of the modifications that I have actually made to this hammock as well. Great gift from my wife and my boys. I love the fact that I have this now. This is a great piece of kit that we're going to start incorporating into what it is that I'm trying to do with this channel. Alright guys, well that's kind of the bushcraft, camping, woodcraft side of all this, the survival side of what Two Feathers Survival channel is going to be about this year. There's another big piece, however, that I haven't seen really done, and that if you're watching the news, watching the world around you, the world's just on fire right now, gang. So there's a lot of information that I feel needs to get out and get placed into your hands, and you can do with it whatever you want from there. I'm not going to say this is a fact, this is anything. Simply, I'll give you some information. I'm going to let you decide how it is that you want to apply that in your everyday life. There's two things that I haven't really seen much done. The first is, I'm 15 minutes away from the ocean. I haven't seen much survival of the ocean side done, so you're going to start seeing that here in 2016. The other thing that I haven't really seen many videos done about the topic is urban survival. There's one or two guys out there on YouTube talking about urban survival and things that you can do to increase your chances of survival in those environments. Everybody is kind of along the same mindset. If something really goes wrong, getting out of the cities is an absolute must, because they are going to descend into absolute chaos as quickly and as fastly as they possibly can. Getting out in urban environments keeps you more away from that type of a situation. Not saying that there wouldn't be something out there as well that could potentially harm you, but it's less of a chance. So that's the other thing that I'm going to take some time and discuss this year. Things that you can do to protect yourself at the home front, things that you can do to also increase odds as you are going into some sort of a, let's call it a bug out or an evasion type of a mentality should something go wrong in an urban environment. The floods last year in Charleston, I learned a lot from simply watching how people interacted with that. It wasn't by anywhere, shape, or form a world-ending environment or a total destruction environment, but there's just things that I saw everyday people doing, driving through water, walking through water that was up to their waist, not knowing if a manhole cover was maybe off, and if they step off into that, well, they're gone and we're not going to find them. So those are things that are going to come to the channel this year as well. Alright guys, well before this video gets too long, I wanted to just make sure that you understood that Two Feathers Survival, we're still here, still going to be making videos this year, still going to be doing a lot of new things, and just wanted to update you on that simple fact. So as always guys, keep your knives sharp and your go bags close. Till next time, we'll see you then guys. Have a good day.